In this unit, we will be working a lot with different exponents, which we call indices in Cambridge, and surds, which are radicals like square roots, cube roots, and all of that. So we need to get more comfortable with operating with indices and surds. So today, what you're going to be doing is applying the rules that you have the foldable for, and you've done a little bit of practice, but now our problems are going to look a little bit more complicated. So for instance, let's start with this problem. We have negative 4v to the negative 3 all over 8u to the 5th all to the negative 2. Now, when doing this, there are a couple different ways to start. So however you want to start, however you see the problem, you can do. I would start by distributing this negative 2 exponent everywhere that it needs to go. So it'll need to go to the 4, the v, the u, and the 8. So be careful that you don't miss numbers that are out front. So we will have negative 4 to the negative 2 times v. We are raising to a power, so we will have negative 3 times negative 2. That will give us a positive 6 all over 8 to the negative 2 times u. Positive 5 times negative 2 will give us a negative 10. So anything that's negative will need to move. So the negative 4 has a negative 2 exponent. That means that negative 4 squared, so we need to make sure we have some parentheses on there. Negative 4 squared will move to the denominator. Okay, this 6 is positive, so it will stay up top. The 8 has a negative 2 exponent, so since it's in the bottom, it's going to move up top. So we will have 8 squared. U is negative, so it will need to move up top as well. So we will have u to the 10th. Now that all of my exponents are positive, I can combine and multiply what I need to do. So 8 squared is 64. I'll have v to the 6th, u to the 10th. All of that will be divided by a positive 16. And we can simplify here. An 8 can go into 64 8 times, and 8 can go into 16 twice. 8 and 2 actually still have something in common. So 2 goes into 2 once, and then 2 goes into 8 4 times. So we just have 4v to the 6th, u to the 10th. And that would be our final answer. So we went from this crazy problem all the way down here. Let's do one more together before you work on your own. So this example, let's look at when we have m to the 5th, n to the negative 8, all to the negative 3 times 8, m to the negative 2, n to the 4th, all over 4m to the 6th, n to the negative 7th. There's our problem. So let's start moving stuff around. Here, the negative 3 will go here and here. So we will have m to the negative 15th. We will have n to the positive 24. Okay, all times. The 8 will stay, but this m needs to move down. So we will have m squared on the bottom. N will stay up top. And then these two will also stay on the bottom. So 4m to the 6th. This is negative, so it'll need to move. So we have n to the 7th. I'll close that with a parenthesis. Okay, so we can either start by looking out here or looking in here. I'm going to start inside the parentheses first. So I'm going to leave, well, I will rewrite this because we have a negative exponent here. So we'll have 1 over m to the 15th times n to the 24th all times, and this is over 1 if that helps you think about it like that. We're combining n, so we leave the 8, n to the 4th, times n to the 7, we add exponents. So this is n to the 11th over. We have m squared and m6, so we'll leave the 4 and we add those exponents. So we have m to the 8. Finally, we are combining a couple more like terms. So we're going to multiply this n into here. We're going to multiply this m into the bottom because everything that's on the bottom, the 3 things that are on the bottom, we need to multiply, and the 3 things that are on the top. The 1 doesn't matter because multiplying by 1 does not change anything. So we will have 8 n 24 plus 11 is 35 over 4 m 15 plus 8 is 23. There's one more thing that we can cancel out. 4 can divide into 8, so we have 2n to the 35 over m to the 23rd. And this would be our final answer. If anything didn't make sense, feel free to rewind the video and rewatch any parts that you need to rewatch.